My name is Claire. I'm 26 years old. I work in an office. Today is Tuesday. It is morning, and I'm sitting at my desk. I turn on my computer. I have a cup of coffee in my hand. I look at my list of tasks. Everything feels normal. It is a regular workday. I stand up to get some water. I walk to the kitchen. Then I hear a voice. It is my boss. He is talking to someone. I stop walking. I do not want to listen, but the voice is very clear. I can hear every word. He says, "She is perfect. She has everything we need. I think she's the one." I feel surprised. Who is he talking about? Is he talking about me? My heart beats faster. I stay quiet and listen more. Then he says, "I like her attitude. I like how she talks. She's smart, and she is kind too." Now I feel nervous. Is it true? Does my boss like me? I begin to think about the past. Last week, during a meeting, he looked at me and smiled. After the meeting, he told me, "Good job, Claire." One day, he gave me coffee. He said, "You look tired today. Here's some coffee for you." Was that just kindness, or was it something more? 1 month ago, he remembered my birthday. He said, "Happy birthday, Claire." Only a few people in the office remembered my birthday, but he did. He always remembers things about me. Now I think about everything again. I remember the smile. I remember the coffee. I remember the kind words. I remember the small moments. Maybe these are not just friendly actions. Maybe they mean something more. Maybe he has feelings for me. My heart feels full of questions. I go back to my desk. I try to work, but I cannot focus. I think, what if he wants to ask me out? What if he wants to tell me his feelings? I think about something else. Last Friday, he said, "Claire, we need to talk next Tuesday." That is today. At the time, I thought it was about my report. But now, I wonder, maybe it is something personal. I open my notebook. I write some notes, but they are not about work. I write questions like, what if he likes me? What if he wants to go on a date? What if he wants to tell me how he feels? My head is full of ideas. I look at my reflection in the window. I fix my hair. I smile. I start to feel excited. My hands feel a little cold, and my heart is beating fast. I try to stay calm, but I feel like something big is coming. Maybe this is the beginning of something new. Maybe this is not just a regular day. Maybe this is the start of a love story. Maybe today will change everything. I imagine different things. Maybe he will take me out for coffee after work. Maybe he will give me flowers. Maybe he will tell me that he likes me. I laugh a little at myself, but I also feel hopeful. I think, should I tell someone? But I do not know yet. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe it is all in my head, but maybe I am right. The clock keeps ticking. The day is still going. I sit at my desk and look at my computer screen. But in my mind, I see something else. I see a story. I see a dream. This is how my simple Tuesday morning becomes something special. Not because of a meeting, not because of a project, but because of a few words I heard, words that make me think, words that make my heart beat faster. She's perfect. She's the one. I remember those words again and again. They are in my mind now. They stay with me. I want to believe they are about me. I want to believe something wonderful is happening. I do not know what will happen next. But I feel something. I feel that today is different. I feel that something important is coming. Maybe it is love. Maybe it is something else. But whatever it is, I am ready to find out. After lunch, I sit with my best friend at work. Her name is Paula. She is funny, friendly, and always honest with me. I feel nervous, but I want to tell her what I heard this morning. I take a deep breath and say, "Paula, I think our boss is in love with me." She looks at me with big eyes. She almost drops her sandwich. "What? Are you serious?" she asks. "Yes," I say. "I heard him talking in the kitchen this morning. He said, 'She's perfect. She's the one.' Then he said, 'She's smart and kind.' I think he was talking about me." Paula covers her mouth and gasps. Then she smiles. "Wow, Claire. That sounds romantic. Maybe he really likes you." I nod slowly. I don't know what to do. I feel nervous, but also excited. It feels like I'm in a movie. Paula leans closer and whispers, "So, what are you going to do? Are you going to talk to him?" "I don't know." I say, "What if he tells me he has feelings for me? What if he wants to ask me out?" Paula starts to laugh softly. "This is amazing," she says. "Maybe he will bring you flowers or write you a love letter." Just then, Sabrina walks by. She is another manager in the office. She is calm and always looks serious. Paula quickly calls her over. "Hey, Sabrina, come here," Paula says with excitement. I say, "Wait, should we tell her?" But Paula doesn't wait. She smiles and says, "Claire thinks the boss is in love with her." Sabrina looks surprised. "What? Are you joking?" She asks. I shake my head. "No, it's true. I heard him say I'm perfect. He said I'm the one. He said I'm smart and kind." Sabrina puts her hand on her chest and says, "Oh my. That's big. Maybe he will sing to you in the next meeting." We all laugh together. It feels fun, silly, and exciting at the same time. Even though we are joking, part of me really believes it could be true. My heart is full of hope. Maybe something special is going to happen. Then, my phone buzzes. It's a message. I look at the screen. It's from my boss. He writes, "Hi Claire, can you meet me in the conference room at 2 p.m? I show the message to Paula. Her eyes grow wide. "This is it," she says. "He wants to talk to you." This could be the moment. Sabrina says, "Wow, Claire, be ready. He might confess his love." My heart starts to beat faster. My hands feel cold. I try to stay calm, but it is hard. I feel like something big is coming. I go to the restroom. I look at myself in the mirror. I fix my hair and take a deep breath. I say to myself, "Claire, be calm. Be strong. Be ready." I go back to my desk. I sit down and wait. I look at the time. It's 1:45 p.m. I can't focus. I can't think about work. All I can think about is the meeting at 2 o'clock. I imagine everything. Maybe he will smile and say, "Claire, I like you." Maybe he will ask me out for dinner. Maybe he will tell me he's been thinking about me for a long time. I try to stop imagining too much, but it is hard. I feel excited, nervous, and curious. This morning, I was just working like normal. But now, my heart is full of questions. My mind is full of dreams. I do not know what will happen, but I feel something important is coming. I take one more deep breath. It is almost time. It is 1:59 p.m. I stand up, walk to the conference room, and gently open the door. It is 2 p.m. I am standing outside the conference room. My heart is beating very fast. I feel nervous and excited at the same time. I take a deep breath. Then, I open the door slowly and walk inside. My boss is already there. He looks at me and smiles. "Thank you for coming, Claire," he says. "Of course," I answer. My voice is quiet. I sit down. I feel my hand shaking a little. He looks at me kindly and says, "I want to talk to you about something important." I look at him. My heart is ready. I think, this is it. He's going to tell me he likes me. Then, he continues, "We have been looking at your work. We are very happy with what you do. You always come to work on time. You help your team. You are kind and professional. We believe you are ready for a new position." I stop breathing for a moment. I feel confused. What is he saying? He shows me a paper on the table. I read the top line. It says, "Promotion candidate Claire." Promotion, not love. He looks at me and says, "You are doing great. We want to give you more responsibility. We believe in you. Congratulations." I do not know what to say. I look at him. I smile, but I also feel a little shocked. He stands up, gives me a handshake, and says, "You deserve this." I say, "Thank you." My voice is small, but I mean it. I am thankful. I leave the conference room. I walk slowly. My head is full of thoughts. He was not talking about love. He was talking about my work. The words I heard in the kitchen were real. He said, "She is perfect. She is the one." But now I understand. He meant I was perfect for the job. I was the one for the promotion. I remember all the things I told Paula and Sabrina. I told them my boss liked me. I really believed it. I made a big story in my head, but now I see that I was wrong. Still, I do not feel sad. I feel surprised. I feel a little silly. But I also feel proud. I worked hard. I did my best. And now, my boss sees that. He trusts me. He believes in me. That feels good. I see Paula near the office kitchen. She runs to me and asks, "What did he say?" I smile and say, "He wants to promote me." Paula's eyes grow wide. "Oh, so no love," she says. I laugh. "No love. Just work." She laughs too. "Well, that's still good news," she says. Then I say, "I think I need to be more careful next time." She nods and says, "Next time, don't listen to conversations in the kitchen." I laugh and say, "Next time, I will ask questions before I guess." We both laugh again. I think about everything that happened today. I started the day with coffee and work. I heard a few words. I made a big story in my mind. I felt nervous, happy, and excited. But in the end, the story was not about love. It was about trust and growth. Sometimes we hear something, and we believe we know what it means. But maybe we don't. Maybe we need to ask. Maybe we need to wait and listen more carefully. This was not a love story, but it was still special. It was a story about being seen. It was a story about being appreciated for hard work. It was a story about getting a new chance. And sometimes that is even better than a love story. I smile and sit back at my desk. I feel stronger. I feel ready for what comes next. Because today I learned something important, and I will not forget it. Claire's story began on a normal Tuesday morning. She was working at her desk like every other day. But then she heard her boss say something surprising. He said, "She's perfect." "She's the one." Claire believed he was talking about her. She remembered every kind thing he did before, smiling at her, giving her coffee, saying good job, and even remembering her birthday. All these small actions made her believe he had feelings for her. Claire shared her thoughts with her best friend Paula, then Sabrina joined the conversation. Together, they laughed, dreamed, and imagined what could happen. When Claire received a message from her boss to meet at 2 p.m., she became even more sure that something special was coming. Maybe he would confess his love, but what really happened in the meeting surprised her. Her boss was not talking about love. He was talking about work. He wanted to promote her. He saw her talent and hard work. He believed she was ready for a new position. Claire was shocked, but also proud. She realized that what she heard was true, but the meaning was different from what she imagined. Claire learned an important lesson. Sometimes we hear something and think we know what it means. But we might be wrong. We build stories in our minds too quickly. That is normal. We are all human. But it is better to ask, to check, to listen carefully, and not to jump to conclusions too fast. This story teaches us that not all surprises are love stories. Some surprises are even better: being trusted, being valued, being given a chance to grow. That is a gift too. In your own life, remember Claire's lesson. Listen with care, think before you guess, be proud of your work. And know that sometimes success comes in unexpected ways. Congratulations, you have just finished listening to a full English story. You followed Claire's emotions, you understood her thoughts, and you learned a real-life lesson. This means your English is getting better. Your listening and understanding are improving. Be proud of yourself. Now, let's have a little quiz. Question: what did Claire's boss really want to tell her? A. That he loved her. B. That she would get a promotion. Type your answer or B in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and create more free, useful content for English learners like you. Also, if you enjoy our stories and want to support us, please consider donating. Creating good content takes time and energy, especially in the beginning. Your support helps us continue sharing free English learning materials with everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and see you in the next story.